Hi folks, and welcome back to Conan Exiles. This is the episode 20 of the Beginner's Guide series, and in this episode we are going to upgrade our armour. We hit level 60 quite some time ago now, and when you get to level 60 you can learn Epic Armour. So if we learn that allows us to craft the basics armour, the light, medium and heavy armour. But in the epic version you can see they've got the little purple highlights around the corner, and they've got a higher value than the normal one. We can also craft layered fur, layered silk, hardened leather, perfected light, medium and heavy paddings, and is that from a DLC? Not sure. I'm not sure whether you get that in the base game, but the Barakan Reaver hat, coat, not sure. One of the other advantages of the epic stuff, as well as having the higher armor value, is it tends to have a higher heat and cold resistance as well. But when we unlocked that epic armor, we've also unlocked the epic versions of the other armor sets that we've learned. So the Lemurian royal armor we learned in the last episode at the Witch Queen Palace, we can now make the epic version of that. The warrior armor that where did we learn that from? I guess that was when we were over at the Duketo Palace, maybe, or maybe it was in the Witch Queen as well. I can't quite remember. We learned the Relic Hunter, but we can also now make the epic version. And of course the armour that we've been wearing, the reptilian armour, we can now make the epic version of that too. So that's actually what I'm planning on making. There's obviously lots of different epic armours we'll make over time. But the first thing we need, because to make those perfected paddings, these here, they all need layer silk for the light, hardened leather for the medium, and hardened leather. So was it hardened leather and rhino hide for the medium, and hardened leather and elephant hide, sorry, for the heavy. So how do we make hardened leather? Well, that is made in the tanner's table, and there we have it. And to make that, we need one piece needs 5 leather, 2 thick leather, 2 alchemical base, and 5 oil. So all that we've got loads of light or normal and thick leather. We've got loads of oil from our alchemy station that we can craft the oil. We just need bark from there. I think there's a whole bunch in here. Yeah, we've got 400 oil in there. So that's not a problem. The problem is the alchemical base. And we did get some alchemical base from a bearer up in the Mounds of the Dead a few episodes back now, when we did the Mounds of the Dead. We've used some of it for making our healing potion, but we've got a little bit more. But really, you need to make that. To make that, it's crafted in the Fireball Cauldron, and it requires silver dust, gold dust, and ichor. So that's pretty expensive. So over the course of this playthrough, I've picked up some silver and gold coins. I've got some dust here. I've got some ore, and I've got some bars, and we can use that to make alchemical base. It's by far not the most efficient way, but we'll come to that in a bit. This is the basics way. So the best way of getting silver and gold dust is silver and gold coins in the grinder. So if we drop 30 silver in there, you can see that grinds it into silver dust. And we'll put the gold coins in there, it'll grind that into gold dust. And you can grind up these bars, but it's better if you turn those bars into coins. You'll get more dust out of grinding, making the bars into coins, then grinding the coins, than just straight off grinding the bars. But how do you make coins? Well, you make them in the casting. Have we learned that already? Can't remember the name of the feat that you need for that. So there it is there. So fine metal crafts, learned at level 19, costs only 1, but it allows you to make a coin mould, crafted at the casting table, which we don't have yet. What's casting table needs 100 wood and 25 iron, so that, do we have wood in here? We've got 83. Let's just quickly grab a couple of bits of wood and we'll craft one of them up. I haven't really progressed much further with the altars. I've been doing some farming for iron and stone and trying to turn it into brick. There we go, I'll do it. But yeah, as we'll see in this episode, I'm away to use a bunch of that brick to make this stuff, so we'll see how we get on. And then it was 25 iron bars. Then make a casting table. It's a bit of a journey this, just to get. We'll just put it over here out of the way. It's one of the bigger ones that's got a. Just drop it there. Right, so we're going here. You can see that you can make coins from a coin mold and a gold bar. But we need a coin mold, and a coin mold needs 15. There we go, 15 of them. And we'll grab our bars out here as well. In here, and we'll put, where is it? There it is. Make the earring mold, coin mold, craft. So you can make jewellery pieces in here as well. And of course glass flasks, which we'll come to later in the episode. Right, so we now have a coin mold. If we put in the silver bars and the gold bars, so 1 gold bar and 1 coin mold will give you 5. So we'll get 5 coins out of 1 bar. Same with the silver. Go 5, 10, 15, 20. There we go. And then, like I said before, you can drop them in. Nope, don't put that in there. Put the coins in there, and it'll grind it into dust. And then if we take the dust, I'll get my bandages back. You can put the dust in here. Put the dust, gold dust, silver dust. What else was it you need? Ichor. Put the wood in there. Ichor in here, and there we go. We can make Alchemical Base. So, but after all that, we can only make 6. We've only got 61. Gold, silver is pretty easy to get. You can seem to get silver coins off a lot of people. Gold a bit less. I've been getting them off of that the chests at the back of the unnamed city when we fight this random boss here, and right at the back of him there's 3 chests. It's got various. You get gold, silver coins and bars dropped in there. The other way of getting gold is if you go up into the volcano, you can harvest obsidian nodes and you can get gold from there. Silver is now easy to get because in the jawbone, round about here, just where that entrance is, there's a silver mine and there are silverstone nodes all around it. So you can get loads of silver ore for there. However, what we're going to do, let me put that in there. We're going to get the oil. I'm just wanting to get a bunch of this started crafting. We'll put the oil in there. And we'll put some normal leather and some thick leather in there. And there we go, we can craft 80 at the moment. What was it? It was oil that was the limiting factor, was it? Okay, we can get some more oil later. Right, so what all that was for, we've went through all this just to get Alchemical Base, expensive way of making Alchemical Base so that we could make hardened leather. We also need Alchemical Base for other things, and we've already seen we've used it for our healing stuff. But now what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you another way, kind of how we got it before in Mounds of the Dead. We'll take the Lincia, we'll take a horse. So around the map there are bearer spawns. There's loads of places where they get a guaranteed bearer spawn. And if I head towards Septimaru, for anybody who's built a base around here, and then turn right and go across this little land bridge, and you can look down, there's the water, whoa, try not to fall off, with all the shellbacks around it. But we've come down here, across this bridge, we'll come to like a back door of Septimaru. If I get off my horse, I'm still in the gathering armour, I should have put on some better armour. But just in here, there is this guaranteed bearer spawn. Okay, so this one is just a bearer 1, so we'll just take him out, which usually causes people to become irate. But if you take him out, that can be a bearer 3, and if it's a bearer 3, you can get Alchemical Base out of the back. Let's just take these guys out. So basically you farm this guy, you kill him off, somebody new will spawn, and you can come back and fight them until you get a bearer 3, and hopefully I'll take that. Where'd the other guy go? Yeah, we've got that backpack. Yeah, take that bark and that. Okay. But yeah, so I'll just come here, take out that bearer, and hopefully a bearer 3. Oops, sorry. Let's just keep going. Will spawn, and then you can get Alchemical Base that way. And especially if you're playing single player and you're just having to look after yourself and not have to farm loads of Alchemical Base for a whole clan if you're playing on an online server, then usually just from getting those guys, the bearers up at the Mounds of the Dead, there's bearer spawns in the den in here, which we haven't been to yet, but there's a couple of bearer spawns in there. And if you get level 3 bearers from there, kill them, take their backpack, and hopefully if you'll be lucky you can, I mean you can get, usually it's in 500, so you can usually get like 500 Alchemical Base. Sometimes you can get 2 of them and get 1,000, and then you're laughing at that point in time. Okay, alright, let's go have a look and see how our hardened leather is getting on. We'll drop the bark that we got in here, and we'll get that to craft up a little bit more oil. What did we get from that level 1 backpack? Sticks, stones and branches. So put that in there, and we'll turn the sticks into wood, and we'll put the stone in here along with the hardened brick. And we'll put the iron bar over here. Okay, right. So how are we getting on? Okay, we've made our 80. We just need some more oil. Make a little bit more. Not 100% sure how much we're going to need, but we'll move on to that next. So there we go. Craft another 29 of them. Right, so we can craft Epic Armour in here, and we can craft our Perfected Paddings. We want medium, there we go. So it requires 20 for each padding, of which we'll need 5. You're going to need 21 hardened leather. So with my basic maths, that's going to be 105 hardened leather, 50 rhino hide and 25 twine to make the 5. But if we make a better Armourer's bench, so this one here, Grandmaster Armourer, so you have to be level 56 to make this, but then you need to be level 60 before you can learn the Epic Armours anyway. And when you learn that, you get the option of 2 Armourer's bench. The Campaign Armourer's bench, and it says it's designed to reduce the time it takes to craft armour, so it'll make the armour 200% faster, I think, off the top of my head. And the Garrison armour bench, which is an armour bench that will reduce the cost of making armour, and I believe it reduces it by 50%. So by making one of these, we can make our epic armour and we can make it cheaper using less materials. So we'll learn that. It's the Garrison one we want to make, so it requires 200 hardened brick, 100 insulated wood, 100 steel reinforcements, and 100 thick leather. So it's not cheap. So I've crafted a lot of brick, and then I've made some stone consolidant, and I'm turning that into a bunch of hardened brick at the moment, because I'm going to need that to upgrade our altars. But we'll take 200 of that just now. And we need 100 insulated wood. Which, if you remember, is just dry wood and resin that you get from the dryer there. And we need 100 steel reinforcements, which we discussed the last time, that if you've got a tier 3 or higher blacksmith, you can make iron reinforcements at 1-to-1 iron bars. Remember, a steel bar takes 5 iron bars, so if you make it iron reinforcements, you can then use this feat to turn 1 iron reinforcement with 1 steel fire into 1 steel reinforcement. So you're making a steel reinforcement with 1 iron bar instead of 5, so 5 times cheaper. Big difference. Okay, and the last thing we needed was, I think it was thick leather. And we needed 100 of that. There we go. Right, so let's craft our Garrison Armourer's bench. Now, I need to point out that you can make these advanced. You've got advanced versions of smelters, blacksmith bench, all the different benches. You can get these, and then you get the 2 choices of one that's efficient for time and one that's efficient for materials. I've got plenty of time. I don't mind waiting for a piece of armour to craft. It's not like you craft armour constantly, but the materials to make them is rather expensive, so I'm quite happy to use that and only require half the materials. Right, we'll just have to wait for that to craft up. How's our... Okay, we've got 109 hardened leather now, so that's getting there. Come on. Maybe put Delancia back outside because she's got to wander about, getting in the way. Come on, downstairs. Stand guard out here. There we go. We've got a journey step for creating a specialised workstation. Right, so let's... Ah, forgot about that. They are... Not only are they L-shaped, so they stick out again, but they are bigger than 1 wall high. So because of our sloped walls on our pyramid, can't get them against the wall. Okay, I'm going to have to do some interior redesign, so in the meantime I'm going to place it right in the middle of the floor there, and I'll work on that off camera. Right, so we look in here now, and now go and we'll... Let's grab our Armourer as well. So if we go over here and go to Perfected, it was 21 hardened leather, 10 rhino. we go in here and go perfected, it's 14 and 7. So we've not reduced it by 100%, we've reduced it by 50%. So that's giving us a bit of a saving. I don't know if putting a thrall in, will that make it any cheaper? I don't think it will. No, it doesn't. Okay. Right, but I bet you don't have rhino hide. That'll be the next thing. I don't have any rhino hide. Nope. Okay, so we'll need the hardened. Oh, so I picked up hardened, of course, because I used a dismantling bench up at the Mounds of the Dead. I got 20 hardened leather from there, so we'll grab that. Stick it in here. Right, I'm going to go off and I'm going to get myself some rhino hide. Do I have my skinning knife? I do. And I will be right back. Okay, I went and killed a bunch of rhinos and got a bit more, and on my way back this is bearer's respawn. Ah, it's another bearer one. And let's grab that anyway. Oh, you want to fight. Take these guys down in case they've got anything interesting on them. Not really. And that one's disappeared all. Oh, it's under the ground. Grab that. There we go. Yeah, so nothing very exciting, and we didn't get a bearer 3, but we just got to keep popping back and grabbing it. Right, so let's head back to the base. Just across this land bridge. You can see it over in the distance in our beam of light shining from our set altar. Here we go. Looks quite cool with the little boxes of the altars around it. At least I think so. Being a bit presumptuous there maybe. Okay, let's head inside. What have I got? I've got the rhino hide, and you've got the thick hide. So give us that. Over encumbered. Let's drop the thick hide in there and get you crafting away. Put the rhino hide in here, but I think we also need a whole bunch of twine. Okay, now if we go to perfected, medium, let's make 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. While that's crafting, we'll drop in. I don't want it to make more gruel, so just make that. Oh, I had one bit of gruel left in the tank. What we're going to get in this one? Stone and sticks. Very unexciting. Right, we'll drop the stone in there though. And we'll drop the sticks in here. And again, turn them into wood. Alright, how are we getting on? Right, we've got our 5 perfected paddings. Right, just for the sake of it, I'm going to make the epic version of the reptile armor that I normally wear. So we're going to need 10 hide, abyssal fangs, and iron bars, iron and hide, another 5 for that, and another 5. So a bunch of, where are they? They're in here. A bunch of them, and that. Here, have some more gruel. And we need a bunch of iron bars. Let's Grab that. And put that in there. Let's just get rid of that arrow. Every one of those arrows, well, I think we made those flint arrows for the dregs, but all these other arrows have all just been picked off of mobs, or out with the chests. Okay, right, so I think we're good to go now. So let's go to reptilian, and let's make a headpiece, a chest piece, legs, gloves, and boots. And while that's crafting, I'm just going to grab the standard version from up here. And I'm going to stick it on, actually. And I'll put the light armor back in here. Oh, I think I mentioned in the religion episode about the weapons that you can use and how you can get weapon display racks. So there is a weapon, single slot weapon display rack with a leg hanging on it. And then this is a triple slot weapon display rack that's got an axe, it's got a love tap on it, and an arm mounted on it. So it's just, yeah, just a bit of fun. Okay, right. How we're getting on. Right, they're all crafted. So we are wearing the standard reptilian armor, admittedly crafted with a tier 4 armor smith who is able to make slightly better quality armor. But we've got an armor value currently of 355. If we then take the epic set, oh, and let's actually look at the attributes from it as well. We'll get 4 of vitality and 4 of grit from this set, I believe. So grit down here, grit, vitality for the hands, vitality for the legs, and grit. So 3 pieces that give bonus grit, 2 pieces that give bonus vitality. We replace that with the epic set. We get the epic set gear, and we've now got 540.8. And we've got 4 and 6. So that's the same. But we do have stats, practically full heat resistance and full cold resistance now. So much better armor, much better heat and cold resistance, same stats by the looks of it. So yeah, grit, vitality. So yeah, not much in the bonus section, but lots of other advantages. Can we drop that off in here? Okay, so now we've got our special epic armor. The only problem is it looks exactly the same as the standard armor. So what we're going to do is we're going to dye it. Now to dye it, you need dyes. So, well, I've purposely not been picking up much dyes because I don't want those colours, but you can pick up off of mobs and out of chests and stuff like that. You can pick up dyes, so Sumerian blue dye and abyssal violet dye, but you can make your own. I need to eat something. There we go. You can make your own. Where is that? Must be survival, decoration, dye maker. Here we go. So we learn dye maker, which is again only level 25 and costs 2, and that allows you to make the dyer's bench and every colour of dye under the sun that you could possibly think of, and then a bunch more. So we need to make a dyer's bench. What does that need? That needs 50 brick and 50 tar. Easy. 50 brick. And 50 tar should be in here. Oh, I've got more than 50 tar, but never mind, that'll do. Dyer's bench, there we go, craft. For vat dyeing, it says. Okay. And we can put the rest of the tar in there. Leave that running away. Okay, we'll stick it over here somewhere. I really need to sort this place out. I keep saying I'm going to do it off camera and then I never do. But here is the dyer's bench. It's quite large. So there we go. And in here we can see all the different colours. So in particular, the colour I'm looking for is black. And black dye is made from oil and water-filled glass flasks. Blood red is made from Highland berries and water-filled glass flask. Bright purple dye is from desert berries. Cursed green is ichor, and so you can see you can find all the different colours. Find that's made from tar, dark dye colorant. And the other one I want is white. And white is made from raw ash and water-filled glass flasks. So, water-filled glass flasks. Is it here? Yeah. So, to make a glass flask, you need a glass flask mold, which is another 15 iron bars. Excuse me while I run over here and grab some more iron. And of course, we're going to need some glass. And glass, so you can find glass. As you can see, I've got 74, but also you can get crystal, and you get crystal from mining iron nodes. You get crystal in. There's loads of crystal caves around the map that you'll find crystal. The crystal tends to be like the spider cave that we were in, for example, where the demonic spider was a couple of episodes ago. On the way down to the demonic spider, there was these red crystals everywhere, and you can harvest that with your pick and get this crystal, put that in a furnace, hit play, and it turns it into glass. Once you've got the glass, you need a glass mold, flask mold. So that's here. That needs more iron. Craft one of them. There we go. And then you put that in your furnace. Let's put it in this one. A mold and a glass hit play. Oh no, I'm doing something wrong. What am I missing? One second, I need to check this. What am I missing?
1 minute later.
Nope. Of course, I'm doing this totally wrong. It's not in there whatsoever. You take your glass from the furnace and you use it in the casting table. And I should have noticed that sitting there. So we put the glass in here. 3 pieces of glass and a glass mold makes a glass flask. So let's craft 10 of them. Sort this out. I'm going to put my grab more of that out of there, put that in the fridge. Not much room left in the fridge. So there, I'll just drop it in there just for safekeeping. Put that back in there. Okay, so I've got my glass flasks. To fill them, you need to head out. You can go to the water. I will say this is the basic way. I'll then show you an easier way of doing it in a minute, but this is the basic way. So you come down to the water, you put your glass flasks on your bar, and you press F5, and you get, so not F5, sorry, button 5. And you can see that's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There we go. So we've filled our flasks. We'll fill our water skin while we're down here. So we've literally made glass flasks and we've taken them to the water and filled them with water. But if we head back inside, I'll now show you a slightly easier way of doing it. You can fill them from a well as well if you've got a well built. Let's head inside. I think I should have more glass flasks in my flask chest. There we go, we've got 14. So we take them to the alchemy bench. Again, if you've got a level 3 alchemist or higher, you have this recipe, fill. So you put in glass flasks, click fill, and go craft all. And the alchemist will fill them with water for you, even though he doesn't have a source of water. Okay, we need to grab some of the oil. Do we have much oil left? Where's the oil? Over here. Have to make some more oil. Put it in here, and we'll put the flasks in here and the oil in here, and then we can make... Oh no, you can't, because we need 5. Okay, 1 second. I'll just dump that in here, and I'll go and make some more oil. Back in a second. Okay, so I've grabbed some bark. I'm using my lots of ichor that we got from the purge, and I'm making oil. So I'll grab that oil, stick it in here, and we can now make up. Well, we can make 20, but I'll make 10. There we go. Black dye. Right, the next thing I need to make is I need to make white dye, but to make white dye, as I said before, we need raw ash. And the best place to get raw ash from it is a rare drop from mobs, but the best place to get it is from harvesting obsidian nodes up at the volcano. So I'm going to head up to the volcano, and I'll show you where to get some. Okay, see you soon. Okay folks, we're almost at the volcano, so let me just show you where I am on the map. So we're all the way up here, and we're heading up this flow. So we've come up this way. So there's the ridge that we got our black ice from. We've come up here, through here, and we're just about to head into the volcano section here. So we're obviously in the snow at the moment, but we've got our new Epic Armour on, protecting us from the cold. And the problem, of course, is when you get into the volcano, it stops being cold and starts becoming quite the opposite, and it's very hot. So there we go. This is the path that we're looking for, the hidden way. See, there's one of the towers that would have been the kind of towers for the ghost wall, but it's broken. Get up these steps, and then there's the... Come on, up you get. On a horse. Oh my god, really? Right, let's get off the horse and climb up that step. And here we are. This is the volcano. See the charred trees there. What we're looking for is these blue nodes, because they are obsidian nodes. But you can see just right there, if I put my little white dot on it, that is an obsidian rock nose, who of course will pop out the ground. And did take him out. You could be helping. Right, so the best thing for ash is a sickle. I'm not actually sure whether that works on the rock noses, but let's give it a try. Oh yeah, 16. Okay, 16, there we go. Right, so we come up to these nodes. Crystal raw ash. Keep the crystal, because as we've just seen, we need crystal to make more glass flasks from. Are you a bit, or are you... 6. How many have we got now? That's 114. Okay, there's the lava flows. I think that blue light there is the Well of Skelos, so that's the dungeon that's up here in the volcano, and it's one of the last dungeons that we'll do. Is that another bit there? Interesting looking node. If you haven't seen it before, obsidian, we can't smelt obsidian, but in that Well of Skelos is a special furnace that we can use that to turn obsidian ore into obsidian bars, and then once we have the obsidian bars we can take them home and craft our tools and stuff with them. But in all honesty, it's roughly about the same level as star metal, so once you've got don't fall into once you've got access to star metal, obsidian ceases to be such a thing, really. Unless you particularly like the look of the tools and weapons that are made out of obsidian. Right, how much have we got now? 156. Let's see if we can get 200. Any more? Any more? Some across the lava, but I'm not really wanting to get across there. What are you? You are Golden Lotus. Grab some of that anyway. Oh, we're going to have to go across the lava. Yeah, we're kind of used up. Right, so this is going to be a problem. So right, I want the horse not to come with us. So we're just going to quickly tell it stand guard there. And we're going to jump across here, and hopefully we can get Delincia to come across as quickly as possible without getting hurt. Here she comes. Yep, she's fine. $158. A bit more here. There we go, 200 and something or other. We'll get this last node while we're here. Okay, right, now we need to get back. And we need to get back without dying either. Very hot there. You okay? Yep, she made it across without any trouble. Okay, we've got a raw ash, got some crystal. So, you can see our water has went right down because it had been very hot. But we're now back out into the snow and we're not very hot anymore. We have to be careful we don't fall too far like that and we get kicked off the horse. Uses up all your stamina. Try that again. Right, we're just going to walk down instead of running. Okay, I'll make my way back home and I'll see you once I'm back there. Okay, we're almost there. There we go. Home again. Right, off the horse. Put it back on guard so it doesn't disappear back up the volcano. There we go. And bark you out here. Right, let's go and get some ash into the dyer's table. And let's craft some white dye. Did we get any more? Glass mold. No, I don't want glass mold, glass flasks. Let's craft them all. Craft them all. Craft them all. 14. And I'll chuck the glass back in here. Was it here? Yep. Let's make that. I'll put the lotus potion flowers in there. sure if that's going to be enough for dyeing up all my armour. Let's want to make a couple more. Flasks in here. Water fill them all. There we go. And make a couple more. 10 more white dyes. Right, so let's grab our dyes. This is how we dye kit. So you have the dye in your inventory, and you select a piece of armour, and you have the option here to dye it. And you can see there's 4 regions, and each region you can pick one of these 2 colours. So obviously this green one here will be one of this green one here. So let's pick white for that. What I want is this area here. So is that area? Nope. I'll put that back to original. What is that? That's the rope round my neck, so that will be black. That's fine. This one here is black. There we go. Dye that black. And that one here is one of the highlights of. So we can see, we can make it slightly different shades with the highlights on there, but I'll just leave that original colour to make it roughly like that, and then hit save. There we go. Journey step for dyeing an item, and my chest piece is now black and white. Go to the legs, dye. Again, that main green bit, make that white. Let's make the legs white as well. These straps here, make them black. And then again, this brown bit here is the highlight, so we'll leave that as it is. Boots, dye, green, white. I don't think there is actually anything else worth dyeing there. Gloves, dye, green bit, white. We'll make that bit black, make that bit white. White gloves are black. Yeah, let's make them white. And then the black straps show up better. There we go. And lastly, the headpiece, dye, green bit, white. This bit, black, white. That's the highlight, so original colour. This bit here, white. Oh, so it's these straps and the sort of tail piece. Okay, so we'll have to make that white. And then this is the highlights of the tail piece again. Oh, it's the back of the head and the tail. Maybe just leave that. No, let's make it white. Original colour. Yeah, white, whatever. There we go. Right. Let's look at this now in all our glory. So there we go, black and white armour. So it makes it stand out a little bit more from the plain green stuff that we had before. Full epic armour. So, recap. What did we do? Oh, punch stuff. We started off by taking our gold and silver and turning it into gold dust and silver dust, which involved turning some of the bars into coins in the casting table. We then ground that up into gold and silver dust and put that in the fireball cauldron to make Alchemical Base. Here we used the Alchemical Base in the tanner's table along with oil, leather and thick leather to make hardened leather. We then crafted a Garrison Armourer's bench to reduce the cost of the rather expensive Epic Armour stuff, which we then made our Perfected Paddings with a reduced cost, and then used that to, in this case, like we've got all these Epic Armours that we could make, but in this case I made the Reptilian armour, and gives us the same stat boosts, but it gives us more armor protection and it gives us much more cold and heat protection. We then built a dyer's bench, made glass flasks out of crystal, turning that into glass, using the mold to make glass flasks, filled them either from a water source or using our alchemist to do that for us. Put the water-filled flasks in here with the oil. We went up to the volcano and got some ash to make white. But yeah, pick whatever colour you like, and then it tells you what item you need. So what was that? Muted yellow dye, a water-filled flask, and some brimstone. Orange frykos out of the rivers. The water flask, make orange. So you pick your colours and go for it. And we ended up dyeing our armour this lovely colour of white and black that I particularly like. Okay, that's it for this episode. We've upgraded our armour, and I did notice that we're getting a bit closer to the purge meter again. So it's possibly won't be too long before we get the next purge. But that's it for this episode. Thank you very much for watching. As always, hit the like button if you liked the video, hit subscribe if you want to see some more, and I will see you in the next episode. Bye now.